AFC Player of the Week, just kind of what that means to you.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. Like I said to you guys, I think it's really a testament to this offense, and we've been going through it obviously, and momentum was a thing for us in that game, and I just thought it was really cool. Everyone kind of rebounded, so I think that's something we all get to share, and it felt good to have that flow as an offense and to score points and do what we expect to do every week. So.
Did you, over the weekend or Sunday, Monday, did you ever sit back and really reflect on what that game was for you after, like we said, everything that happened last week and that has happened to you? Did you do that at all?
Not a ton. I mean, like I've kind of shared, like the short-term memory in the NFL is always something crazy, but you need to enjoy those kind of things as well. Winning is hard to come by, especially in the NFL, and I got to enjoy that with some family and some friends, and of course the guys in the locker room too. And that stuff's always important to enjoy it because it's tough. It's a tough league.
Zach, when you have a game like that, how much do you anticipate and look forward to getting out Sunday and just trying to keep that same rhythm that you had last week?
Yeah, I've shared, like I love competing. I love playing with the guys in this locker room. You love making the plays. You love doing the tough things, and you love winning. And so any opportunity we get to step on the field and go out and try and do that again, I mean, I can't wait for it.
But do you have an anticipation of what it's going to be like when you get back out there again, whether you'll still have that same mojo? I know it's a totally different day, totally different team.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Here's the thing is that's the standard, right? I wouldn't say, hey, in that game you were doing anything differently. I mean, we were in the flow. Momentum was on our side. When good things happen, then it snowballs in the right direction. I wouldn't say it was, wow, that was different than normal. Of course, it has been this year, but that's our standard. That's what we expect to have. And so, let's not overthink it as an offense. Let's go out there and just play ball and do the same thing.
You said you were gonna.
When you're in that flow, does it feel like everything's clicking? Like for someone who doesn't play the position, what does that feel like? It just seemed like everything you were doing was working.
Yeah, and you just said me, but like I'm telling you guys, like as an offense, everybody was clicking. I mean, receivers were getting open, and they were making the 50-50 plays. Hack was calling an awesome game. The O-line was giving me more than enough time to sit back there and make plays. Like I'm telling you guys, like when it truly is 11 guys need to do a job on the field, like those guys, they did it, and the quarterback gets more credit than is deserved, but it's truly an offensive unit that went out there, and I thought everyone played well, and how can we get there again as an offense? That's the key.
The quarterback gets more credit. Does the quarterback also get more blame than he deserves to?
Yeah, but we'll take it.
How can you get back there? I know you said you're going to play aggressively smart and also have fun out there. So how can you keep that same mindset?
Yeah, same approach as last week, trusting the guys around me, having fun, loving those guys up, and going out there and just letting it rip.
What do you see from the Dolphins' defense?
Yeah, they're obviously good. I mean, a lot of players all the way around the board. Vic Fangio's obviously done an amazing job in his career, and so a good challenge for us, but I think we're all excited for it. So,
what was your favorite play that you made and the offensive made last Sunday?
Yeah, it was cool. Some good ones. I mean, when I saw Cobby running that shallow across the field and I got to throw into old man and let him go score, someone I've watched my whole life, I mean, that was a special moment, so that was cool.
What about the throw across the green over there?
Yeah, those will always kind of, get you tight a little bit, like, oh my gosh, okay, good, he caught it, one of those. But, those are always good too.
Seemed like you had a lot of success on first down in the second half. You guys seem to throw the ball a lot more consistently. Is that something that you've communicated with Nathaniel about, hey, I want to throw the ball early in downs, early in the series, and then sort of get in that rhythm, or is that just something that sort of transpired in the second half in that game? Yeah,
maybe something he adjusted. Looking at it, nothing I feel like I had to share with him. He does a good job of having those in-game adjustments and feeling it out. And, whatever play I get in the moment, I'm going to go out there and try and execute it my best.
What did Sunday do for you personally, confidence-wise? Because you're already a confident person anyway, even when things weren't going well. But when it all plays out like it did on Sunday, what did that do for you going forward, do you think, in your mind?
Yeah, I think it shows us what we can do as an offense. Now that we set the bar there, we got to be able to show we can do it again. I think that's always the thing is, hey, you did it once, now you got to show us you can do it again.
Your teammates have really supported you, especially coming back. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, I feel like we all have such a great relationship in this locker room. Nobody knows what it's truly like unless you're in this locker room with us, and that's why we all have each other's back. And no matter what happens, we're all going to stick together and keep trusting one another. And it means a lot that I have that.
Zach, what was it like watching that film of how you played? You know, I'm sure you've always felt you could play like that, but did it remind you at all of BYU, or like what was that like watching how well you played? You know, on Monday or Tuesday, whenever you guys watched it.
Yeah, I think I shared after the game, it just felt like we were finally playing football. You know, I think I shared in my 3 years, it hadn't felt like that, unfortunately, enough. And, you know, how can we get to that point where it feels like we're just playing ball and we're completing passes, we're running the ball, we're hitting keepers, and things are just going the right direction, you know. And that's what you see on film is things were going the right way for us, and we need to find a way to keep doing that.
Did the 2 weeks off or not playing do anything for you? Like,
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, you could sit there and say watching helps, but I mean, playing helps more. I mean, sitting there watching, I don't know if you're going to get as much out of that, but I feel like, you know, coming back in there and just letting it rip is probably the biggest part.
It sounds like you're really accentuating how everyone played well on offense. Do you feel Sunday was more about that than necessarily about you?
I don't think so about me. I think I've kind of shared with you guys momentum's been a big word we've been using, right? It's like when things are going well, then bigger plays and bigger plays keep getting made because things are going well. You know, if we're not doing anything offensively, it's tough when you're just trying to run around and throw a ball up for grabs. Like that stuff doesn't normally go well. It's all about momentum. It's all about the flow of the game. When you're able to take the easy ones, then you can go be yourself and go get some of the hard ones.
You talked about let her rip. Roberts mentioned that. Like, haven't you always played like that, or was there a point where maybe you were thinking too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean by let her rip, and what does that mean going forward?
Yeah, that's been my mindset this entire year. We're calling a play to take a shot. If it's there, you let it rip. If it's not, you check it down. That's how I've played this entire year. Now I feel like there comes a point where if things aren't going well offensively, you don't compound it by making bad plays worse. You know, and sometimes you have to understand as a quarterback, I need to get completions. I need to go through my reads quickly, and you know, like I've said with momentum, when things go bad, sometimes you need to protect that. You can't spin out of the pocket and throw a ball across the middle when things aren't going well. It just doesn't work well, you know. And so it's understanding the flow of the game. And my goal as a quarterback is to always drop back, go through my reads. If something's there, being aggressive towards it. If it's not, then checking it down.
Any part of you that after the game the other day that you're wondering, not just for yourself, but for the entire offense, like where's this been all year? You know what I'm saying? Because it looks so good, right? And is there any moment you kind of reflect on or analyze in your mind, like why haven't we been doing this all year?
Yeah, we've been trying to figure that out offensively, obviously. You know, we're going in, watching the film, trying to figure out what things we can do differently. I feel like every week I'm having things to improve on, and always trying to strive to clean things up and to get those things better. And I know every other guy in the locker room is as well, and you know, that's always the goal. And so I feel like, you know, the NFL is a crazy league. You get momentum flipped on your side, and we execute at a high level and guys do their job, then things will go well.
Did you think watching the film that you did anything specifically different just in watching yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like when the opportunity was there to give it a shot, I was decisive and got the ball out quickly to our playmakers, and I thought those guys did a great job of going up and making plays. And then obviously we had some scramble opportunities that we haven't had this year, so I was able to go take advantage of some of those too.
Zach, I know this league is set up where you just got to look at what's in front of you, but it is human nature to kind of think about the bigger picture and stuff. What do you think about your future here and what these next 4 weeks can do to forge that in a way to stay here or whatever? I mean, you know, how do you handle that, you know, personally?
Yeah, I think the league is tough enough a week at a time, you know, so I think I've been spending my time focusing on the guys in this locker room, and like I said, coming up and trying to get a big win in Miami and our next 3 weeks after that. And so my focus has been primarily on that, you know, focusing on doing the best I can to put us in the best position to go out there and play well.